If you could experience the world through the senses of another person for a day, whose perspective would you choose and why? My fiancé. He is an engineer and I've always wondered what his job is like. Also, he is super into space, and he knows so much about it. He is always impressing me by how much he knows, and I've always wanted to peek into his thinking. And I'm curious about his perspective of me. I know he loves me, but I'm curious because it might make me realize more things about myself, or even gain self-confidence. The only person who looked at me like I was worth my weight in gold, my late wife. I was always wondering what she saw in me because, I guarantee you, I'm no prize. But this beautiful, sexy, foxy lady had a way of looking at me that was full of wonder, happiness, and usually more than just a little mischief. I miss seeing that in her eyes. Seems like the best of us are taken far too soon. I shall like to see myself through the eyes of God. There happen to be a lot of unanswered questions in my life, such as why bad happens to me even if I do right. Why miracles happened in my life. Why was I blessed at so and so times, and why I met tragedy at the most unexpected times. Why am I even here? Why am I what I am? I would be selfish. I would want to experience life to a person living a similar life to me but the opposite sex. To see how society was different when most factors are controlled. I would also want to feel the other sex's organism. I heard that if you don't have eyeballs, you don't see black, you just see nothing. I cannot for the life of me visualize that. I think I would go into the body of someone without eyeball, so I know what they're talking about. My husband, because he has a lot of friends, is more sociable than I am. I'd like to see what that's like. Plus he's a goof, a big strong guy, while I'm thin quiet. It'd be neat to life like 200 pounds like it's nothing. Surprised nobody said a highly sensitive person yet, or gay person, in both. And it would feel cool for a day and frustrated and lonely. Think reverse sometimes, what it feels like to be plain flat non-HSP and hetero. Joe Navarro. Because I would learn a whole lifetime of real-life body language experience that he had from working for the FBI, that I will probably never get to experience in my lifetime. My boyfriend, just to see how it feels to be in his head. I have ADHD, and we are wired completely differently. So I'd love to have that level of understanding. A woman, you know, I'll either wake up the next day with the life mysteries solved, or I'm going to be even more confused about how to move forward with life. I am a carrier for red-green colorblindness. It would be interesting to spend a day with that type of colorblindness, to understand the perspective. Alex Honnold, the world-famous climber, to have the ability and confidence to climb like he can without a rope for one day would be insane. My husband. He is the happiest and most consistent person I've met. I wonder how he sees the world, the politics, his stressful job, and me. My wife. I want to feel the things that put a smile on her pretty little face, and I want to feel her princess parts from her perspective. Warren Buffett. I would only need to experience his likely body aches for a day, but get to learn how he thinks about money. I would want to be a mass criminal to know what it would be like in jail, or a fictional genius QND make a bunch of money. Wow. This is a very tough question. I think I can honestly say Elon Musk. I think he is pretty brilliant. Candid Thovex, one of the best skiers in the world, but only if it was a day he was skiing. Someone with synesthesia. I want to know what colors taste like, or what sounds feel like. My toddler, so I could be a better parent. I think I'm absolutely doing my best though. My husband. He is the kindest person I know. And I punch all who abused his kindness. I would want to be pretty to see how it would be to have anyone notice me. Gordon Ramsay, can you just imagine tasting food at a whole other level? I'd choose my teacher who is autistic, so I can better understand him. A blind person, so I can learn to listen to others without seeing them. Dolph Lundgren, always wanted to know what it's like to smell chrome. Someone without severe ADHD. I want to know how a normal brain feels. My 94-year-old grandmother, because I wonder why she keeps hanging on. I'd choose my son who is autistic, so I can better understand him. Just one day, My close female friend. See what I really look like? My son. He's tough for me to understand. But I love that lil guy, that 8'3" man. He seems so cool, and plus it'll be fun and painful. My crush. I wanna see how they feel when they look at me. Mams. I wanna experience having a crazy arm like his. Someone who can see 3D. And then I'll go see a 3D movie.